everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you guys can already tell by the title of this video that I'm going to be bringing to you guys a foundation review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This is supposed to be really good full coverage, like a foundation and a concealer in one, and you guys know that that is like totally my cup of tea when it comes to complexion products. I always love the fullest coverage I can get because I want to look like I have literally no pores like a mannequin. So I'm really excited to try this foundation and see if it's worth the hype. I've already heard a lot of good feedback about this, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like it, but you guys know that I love to film foundation reviews, so I really wanted to film a first impressions on this foundation. And I'm gonna talk about the elephant in the room. I'm sure you guys can also tell that I'm filming it with a different like setup. I have a backdrop for the first time and I kind of like it a lot. I feel like it looks a little bit more professional. I feel like it's good because it makes the focus more on me and not on everything behind me. But don't worry, I'm not gonna be filming with backdrops in like every one of my videos because I know that it makes it a little bit less personable because it's kind of more like structured and like professional. So I'm gonna be kind of switching it up and doing more like professional backgrounds like this, and then probably a little bit more relaxed like bedroom backgrounds, so you can get a little bit of both. I know me personally, when I watch YouTubers, I like to get a little bit of both, where they have like a backdrop so you can get kind of like that more fancy style video, and then I really like it when they have more of like a comfortable like bedroom background, just so it's a little bit more relaxing. I really want to know what you guys think about the background though. Is it a yay or a nay? What do you guys think? Should I do more of my like natural vanity background, or should I do more like structured backdrops like this? Let me know what you think. But one thing I'm loving about the background so far is that I feel like it makes my lighting so much better. It looks like way higher quality because there's less like room for the light to diffuse out. There's more like focus on me, I guess, because the background makes light like reflect off of it. I feel like I'm getting really confusing and probably talking about stuff that you guys don't care about, because if you don't film videos or do like Instagram, you probably don't care about lighting and cameras. But for me, that's something that I'm like obsessed with because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm always like on the internet looking for like what's the best lighting, what's the best like setup for videos and photography, because I just find that stuff so fascinating. I just love the fact that you can go back and look at like my day one video and you can see how crappy the quality is, and hopefully as you guys see like throughout my videos, I just get like better and better with the quality. Okay, I seriously need to stop rambling. If you guys are interested in this Milani foundation and want to see me apply it and hear my thoughts and opinions, just go ahead and keep watching. Okay, so I may or may not have just woke up, but we are going to be doing a foundation review today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. I've been hearing literally nothing but positive things about this foundation, so you know that when I was browsing the drugstore section at the store, I had to get it because I was like, full coverage foundation that's going to be like less than $10, why not try it? So before I go ahead and apply the foundation, I'm going to read you guys what it says on the back of it. It kind of has all the claims on the back. It says it's going to be a medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, and it's supposed to be long-wearing, water-resistant, and sweat-proof. So we are going to be putting this to the test today. And if you guys are wondering my skin type, if you are new to my channel, I do have very oily skin. And for the color reference, if you guys want to know what color I'm using, I'm going to be using number 2, Natural. I did my best guess at the drugstore, but you guys know without testers, it's kind of hard to see what your color is. So this one just looked like it was more on the yellow side, so I didn't want to go too pink, so I decided to do number 2. So like always, I went ahead and applied my moisturizer and primer off camera. I used my Smashbox Primer Oil, which you guys already know that I use literally every single day. If you haven't tried it, you need to go get the Smashbox Primer Oil. It is amazing for either oily skin or dry skin. Literally anybody could use it. So I'm just gonna start by shaking up this foundation. I'm gonna pump a little bit onto my brush, and we're gonna apply a very small amount at a time so we can see how the coverage of the foundation will build. So I'm just gonna start applying it on the right side of my face with the brush, and we will just wait and see what happens. Okay, so far this looks super yellow. Hopefully I can work this out, but oh my god, this already looks so gold on me. Oops. Okay, so the coverage of this foundation is really good so far, but girl, this color though, like, oh my god. I think I should have got number 1, not number 2. This is so damn yellow on me. I'm probably just gonna have to add a little bit of concealer over it just to kind of lighten it. I'll probably go with my Tarte Shape Tape because that one's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. But I do really appreciate the coverage so far. I feel like it took away like all of my redness right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and build a little bit more on this side with the brush. I'm gonna do some more on this area. Oh my god. This is the only thing I don't like about the foundation so far. Like the coverage is good, the formula is good, the texture is good, just the color is a little bit dark. As you guys can see, I look super yellow right now. This foundation sure better not oxidize, because if it gets any darker than it is right now, I'm gonna be like looking like a hot mess. I'm probably not gonna be able to like wear this out. So I'm just gonna build some more on my forehead, and then I'm just gonna hope and pray that when I go in with my beauty blender that it kind of like shears it out a little bit to make it look less yellow. but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to fix it with my concealer, so I'm not worried about it that much, but it just kind of sucks that it's like super dark on me. Okay, so I literally feel the exact same way about this foundation. Like, the formula is really good, the coverage is good. I would say it's more like medium to buildable coverage. It looks pretty much full coverage on me, but my skin isn't super bad right now. Like, I of course have a bunch of redness and like acne scarring, but I don't have a bunch of texture right now, thank God. So I don't know if it's gonna be the best if you have like textured acne with the coverage of it, because I don't have that right this second. But on my skin personally, I feel like it does look like it's a good full coverage foundation, but you can definitely dilute it, or you can build it if you want to kind of get fuller coverage or a little bit less coverage. And one thing I'm realizing about this color is that like when I look in my mirror, like really close to my face, it looks super, super, super yellow. But when I look on camera, like on the screen, it doesn't look that bad, because I think since my lights are so bright, it's kind of washing my face out a little bit. So it's making it look a little bit less yellow than it actually is. Because if you guys saw me like in real life right now, you would think that I looked like a freaking hot mess, because I literally look so orange and yellow right this second. So I feel like I'm done with the brush for now. I feel like I really want to use the sponge and kind of see how that goes. I don't think the foundation application was bad at all with the brush. I feel like it blended pretty easily. It didn't look like texture or cakey or anything. So let's go into the beauty blender now and see what happens. And this is a clean, damp beauty blender, if you guys are wondering. Oh, I'm like really nervous to see how it looks, so I hope it's not going to be so yellow. So just off the bat, the texture looks a lot healthier with the beauty blender. It just looks a little bit more like dewy and moisturized. Don't get me wrong, like this side doesn't look bad at all, but this side just looks a little bit more kind of like make it be. The beauty blender side just looks like I have a little bit more of like a natural finish. But I feel like it's still giving me pretty good coverage. I'm just gonna go in and add some more and see what happens. Can you guys please tell me what you guys think about this color though? Like, I really can't tell. I need a second opinion. I'm gonna add some more to my forehead, build up some coverage. I feel like my forehead is always the spot that I need the best coverage, because I get the most like acne and texture there, I feel like. And if you haven't noticed by now, I'm just gonna finish out my whole face with a sponge just to kind of like soften out this side. Make it look a little bit prettier. As you guys can probably already guess, the beauty blender is my preferred method of application. I feel like it looks a lot healthier and a lot better, but I just still don't know how I feel about this color. Like, look at this face to neck ratio, like, for real. So I'm gonna be going in and adding more of this foundation, because you guys know I like to build it a lot, really, to see if it gets cakey or if it has a good like buildable formula, because a lot of times if you build foundation, it can look like worse than what you put on. So I really like to see if you build a lot of it, if it blends very like beautifully still, or if it gets really cakey and textury. So I just have a little bit more on my sponge. Well, not a little bit, kind of a lot. I did like a full pump right here, so I'm just gonna start applying that in my T-zone, because that's the area that I feel like I still need a little bit more coverage, especially kind of in this area on my chin. I'm really in shock how gold this is, because this is the second color, so I don't understand like how this can be the second color. Like, how are you gonna have light skinned people buy this foundation if this is the second to lightest color? Like, are you serious? I don't get it. I feel like this foundation builds very well though. Like, I don't feel like it looks cakier as I add more. I don't know if it's just because I'm using the beauty blender or what, but I feel like it looks very healthy and nice on my skin still, even though I added like probably like 4 or 5 pumps by now. So I don't always show my concealer application and my foundation reviews, but today I am going to be showing you guys my concealer application, because I really want to see if I can kind of like take away this yellow face I have right now. So I'm going to be going in with 2 of my favorite concealers right now. This has seriously been my like all-time favorite combo lately. I'll start with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I'll just go ahead and apply that all under my eyes. And I like to apply this first because it has a little bit more of a hydrated formula, so it just makes my under eyes have a little bit more moisture. But I don't like to wear this one by itself because it's such medium coverage that I feel like I have to add a lot of it if I really want that like full coverage under eye look. So I like to wear this with another concealer, just to make the other concealer a little bit more blendable. And the other concealer is the Tarte Shape Tape. I love this one so much, but it's a little bit more on the thicker, dry side, so I personally don't like to wear it by itself. I like to wear it with this one because it makes it a little bit more blendable. But as you see, this Tarte one is super, super, super pale. This is the lightest color, Fair, so I'm just gonna hope and pray that this just helps me lighten this foundation so I don't look like a Oompa Loompa. I don't usually like to apply a lot of concealer when I'm doing foundation reviews because I like to get a good genuine review on the foundation itself, but I may or may not have to add a little bit of this Tarte Shape Tape to the center of my face to kind of lighten it, but we will see what happens. Okay, thank God I feel like this combo is going to be saving my face today because I feel like my under eyes look a little bit better now. I feel like this made it look a little bit more natural. I don't know if it's just because it's adding that like highlight so you see more dimension or what, but thankfully I don't look as orange anymore. And then I'm just going to take whatever is left over on my sponge from my under eye concealer and just lightly stipple all over my face to help me minimize that yellow tone. Okay, this complexion combo though, like, I look so flawless right now. Ooh, I'm loving this. I legit have nothing bad to say about this foundation. I was a little bit worried about the color at first, but I feel like since I added my concealer, it's gonna be wearable. I don't feel like I look as crazy anymore. I'm really loving this Milani foundation so far. Like, I didn't know what to expect because it's a drugstore foundation and I don't know a lot about Milani. Like, I've used a couple of their lip glosses and lipsticks, but I haven't really used a bunch of their complexion products, so I was kind of nervous to see if it was gonna be good or bad. But I'm honestly pleasantly surprised. I feel like there is literally nothing bad to say about this foundation. As you guys can see, my skin looks really good right now. I feel like even though I put so much on, when I look super close, it doesn't look like I have like a heavy amount of cakey makeup on. I feel like my skin still looks a little bit on the natural side. Okay, so now that all my liquids are applied, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face off camera with my Coty Airspun powder, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back to share with you guys the final look and my final thoughts and opinions on this foundation. Alright you guys, so this is the final look that I created today. I'm gonna leave all of the details on my makeup in the description box below, so if you guys are curious what is on my face, I will have a full list of all the products down below. Now I've had this foundation on for a few hours now, and my thoughts are kind of the exact same. I like it a lot. I feel like it's a good medium to full coverage foundation, but when I look super close, like in the areas where I have more like smile and like expression lines, it does look a little bit cakey on my forehead, but it doesn't look super bad on the rest of my face. But the biggest area that I feel like I don't love the way that it looks is on my forehead, kind of just right here where I have the natural expression lines. Now that can be because I applied so much of it, but I feel like if I was to put a little bit less on, it would probably look a little bit more natural. But I still love the way that it looks, but it doesn't look like I have no makeup on. I feel like this is a good full coverage foundation, but you definitely get the look of makeup. But I just love the fact that you can build it up to full coverage, or you can kind of dilute it if you want it to be a little bit more natural. As you guys can tell, the color doesn't look as yellow as it was looking earlier. I feel like I did a good job blending it. It doesn't look as dramatic as it was. I definitely think the concealer helped a lot with that. It made it look way less yellow. It made it look more like my actual skin color. I really can't say anything bad about this foundation, even though it looks a little bit cakey on my forehead. I feel like that was just my own personal error by adding too much. And honestly, regardless of what foundation I wear, it does always settle into my fine lines from like smiling and laughing, because I smile so much throughout the day that I always get the expression lines from my forehead and kind of like all around my mouth area. So I feel like regardless of what foundation I'm wearing, it's going to crease a little bit, but this foundation is definitely worth the hype. I'm just really feeling the way that my complexion is looking today. I feel like my skin looks so healthy and so just radiant. Now I would love to know what you guys think about this foundation. If you've tried it before, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on this foundation. I always love to hear other people's feedback because I know that it's going to be different for every skin type and skin tone with the foundation, so I want to know what you guys think as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and let me know down below in the comments, and make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel so you can see right away when I post new videos. But yeah, this is going to do it for today. I really cannot thank you guys enough for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.